Welcome everyone to Frame 35 of Gutterball coming at you on a Wednesday evening. It is February 15th. We're feeling great. We got our wonderful guest, Glenn, joining us, and Paul down there scoping for kids. I don't know. But we're feeling great. We're having a good time. You can say that on YouTube. You can't swear, but that's all right. That's okay. It's comedy. It's comedy. Okay. How's everyone feeling though? How y'all doing?
Can't complain. Just got out of unboxing class, doing pretty
Nice.
good. Doing pretty good. How you doing, Glenn?
Kicking it, it's been a pretty chill day. It's almost like a snow day in Denver. It was a good time.
That's what's up. That's cool. That's cool. So for those that don't know, like, I guess really no one knows, but tell us about yourself, Glenn, kind of how you know me, how you know Paul, and just, what you're about.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Jackson are really good buddies. We've been friends since I want to say like end of middle school, like 7th, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been close friends pretty much ever since, and get into a lot of shenanigans, a lot of stuff we shouldn't be into, getting in a lot of trouble down in Duluth.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he was just one of my main friends, so he's the homie. And about me, I don't know. I thought I should have prepped for it, but
That's okay.
some
Well,
things I'm doing right now.
start with this.
I'm
Like,
doing,
what are you doing? What are you doing in school right now, roughly? Or like, what are you doing outside of school? Anything like that?
so I'm not in school right now. I'm doing a year of service with a nonprofit that works with the AmeriCorps. Just because it looks good on a resume, it was a way to get out of Duluth with a little bit of support,
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun. It's like you work in education. I'm working in an elementary school right now with a bunch of like little hooligans. They're crazy. And then outside of that, like all I really do anymore is MMA. That's pretty much all I do is just that, and then work, and then went out to bars and stuff with the friends and stuff. That's pretty much all I get into at this point in time. But
Yeah, that's sweet, man. Well, thanks for
It's
coming on.
fun.
We really appreciate you kind
Yeah.
of like last minute guest, coming on the
Mhm.
show.
Yeah.
I've always actually really wanted to have you on. I'm like, Jack, we got to get Glenn on at some point. He's like, yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's going to happen. And I'm glad you're here today.
we-
So
Excited.
Jack, is there anything you wanted to say, or should we just kind of jump right into it?
I'm gonna jump right into it, and my topic is, so we're filming the cast a day early, and also we had to redo the intro like 4 or 5 times. Can't swear on YouTube. Remember, can't swear for 10 minutes. But I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow, so I kind of want to go into that. And I know you guys have gotten yours out, so maybe you can tell me your experiences with it. But man, I am not looking forward to that, is all I can say. I did do some preparation and watched a video of them removing one, and it was horrifying. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It was gross.
You shouldn't be
Like-
doing that to yourself.
like, I know, but like it's actually interesting. Like, I want to know how they do it. If it's a procedure happening to me, I kind of want to know what's happening. I think it's cool, honestly. Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. So, how was your guys' experiences with it?
I
Was it
guess-
bad, good. I mean, obviously, it's gonna suck anyway.
I'll jump into it. It wasn't, the procedure itself wasn't bad. I mean, like, from what I know, my girlfriend and my mom said that I was literally in there for like a half an hour. And then like,
Yeah, he said 25 minutes.
yeah,
To me.
and I spent like more time in the like area where you're just all hopped up on anesthetic, like recovering from that before they could bring me home. So to the point where like, I could at least walk, and all, like, I don't really remember much of it. Like, it's all blurry. Like, I do remember a few, like, looking around, there's other people like probably about as messed up as me, right? But they I do know, as my girlfriend said, I kept singing riffraff songs, specifically Dukes of Hazzard. I kept
That's funny.
specifically
That's funny, though. I love that.
specifically Dukes of Hazzard, Robin Williams on the back of my jeans, yeah, the whole thing. And I don't know, I got home. When I got home, I was mad. Like, getting out of the car, I was like they're trying to help me. I was mad. I walked in the door. I was like knocking stuff over on purpose, walking to my bed, and I had all this gauze in my mouth. I was just like, anesthetic made me so angry. And like, I didn't mean to be mad.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then I went to school the next day. I went to college. I went to class, and that's why I only ever missed one day of college in my entire 2 years of like being there on site, was because because I didn't go the day of when I actually got him taken out, but like the next day I was at school.
How'd that go?
Brutal. Couldn't really talk.
Yeah.
My mouth, you could just feel your, like, the jowls are swollen, just like, like just hard. And
Was it bleeding at that point or no?
oh, dude, You're bleeding for a good amount of
Okay.
time.
All right.
In
good
your
luck.
aspect, do not smoke anything. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for dry. I
You
know.
will.
I've been told.
I never
Yeah.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
At
I
the
won't.
time, this is horrible. Kids, do not do this. I was a nicotine fiend, and I was ripping it through my
Those
nose and
holes,
blowing it out my
yeah.
mouth.
Ryan used to send me
Do it.
jewel hits through his nose. Yeah, I remember those. Icky.
I don't know,
And I'm
Glenn.
pretty sure you could still. But here's the thing: I suck
Yeah.
my teeth a lot already, so I feel like I might just get it in general. Like it's just a thing I do. Like I don't know why. I just
Homie's
do it.
over
I
here
can't hear
sucking
it.
his tooth.
No, but
No.
like
Gutterball.
no, it's like like that. I do a little bit of that. I do that often, so it's like I'm gonna try and get it either way. But he actually said like he literally mentioned that there might be extra complications just because the teeth are so like out there, and he said like he's got to tie off the nerve or something. But by the way, how'd yours go, Glenn?
Yeah.
In contrast to Paul's, or I guess contrast comparison, I never know, but I had zero issues. And also I was talking to Jackson about this before we even got on the cast, but people always telling me that like, you know, the anesthesia makes you feel all out of whack and stuff, and I didn't felt like some stuff I did in my teens years
Yeah,
was worse. I remember doing it, and I was just like,
Mhm.
"This is it." And I was like disappointed, and I wasn't even that out of it. I was like, "What the f- is this? Oh no!" Can you
Dude.
fix that?
So did you to clarify? Did you get all four, and also did you get all four, Paul, or just a couple?
All
out?
four
All
at
four.
once. Yeah.
I just got the bottom two. I didn't have them on
Okay.
the top.
Okay,
But
nice. Lucky you.
I didn't have any problem with dry socket. I did do the same thing as Ryan and you did, where I was smoking stuff through my nose like a fool. But I also at one point like gave up on that on like the second day, and I just was smoking
Burns.
normally,
Oh, were ya?
and I didn't get dry socket at all. I had no problems. I also like no swelling at all. And in comparison, like my sister had like a week where she was out. So I really think it comes down to your surgeon and like if they're good.
He's not a
Because
butcher.
like yeah, exactly. Because like I was in and out 45 minutes. My sister's op took like 2 hours, and
God.
she was messed up for like a week, and like I was messed up for maybe like a quarter of a day, and then I felt like almost fine.
I think there's like also a lot of variables, like how deep yours were when they
Yeah.
got pulled, and were they already protruding through. Like our brother Max, I think, was literally like 2 weeks in bed. Like it was bad for him, and just like. But then like for me, I was at school the next day, so like I don't know.
It's funny. I
still
talked to
sucked.
Max today about that. He's like, it wasn't so bad, but I don't know. He was kind of in a rush, but like yeah. Either way, I'm nervous about it. I'm like, no way. It's just like I just don't like going under like that. I don't like the recovery. I don't like blood, but something I got to get done anyway. You know, it's gonna have to be done. But I have a contingency plan just in case the surgeon gets mad and cuts my throat on the table, or I accidentally die because the anesthesiologist messes up. It's possible, all right. Things are possible. I have contingencies. I'm on a Cuban funeral. All right. Listen closely here. I'll tell you what a Cuban funeral is. All right. So from the day I die, from the day I get put into the ground, you are to have a funeral that is 24/7 and never stops until I get buried. Like this is how Joey Diaz did it back in Cuba, dude. It's drinking, smoking, whatever, no limits at all. People are getting in fist fights. I want there to be a live band playing 24/7, and then the day I'm buried, you can stop it. But other than that, it goes on 3 a.m. I don't care. I want a rock band in there playing. If there's not, I'm gonna come out of my grave and I'm gonna haunt the both of you. So I'm telling you guys this, so it's on you now. I swear to God. Use my life savings. Sell all my stuff. I don't care. Pay for it. It's gonna be a rager, dude, of the century. It's gonna be gnarly. It's gonna be like Michael Jackson's funeral. Classy. We're gonna televise it.
Jack,
So.
do you want me to like do some portion of a play with you as like a marionette, like your corpse, like for the burial?
I do want to get taxidermied. If you guys can find a guy that will do that, like do that.
That is like. Morally, no one's gonna do that unless you find some skeezy guy in like an alley somewhere that just knows how to taxidermy.
So there's somebody that will do it though. So there you go.
I feel like
I'm scared you would do other things to your body. Okay, that's what I like.
It's taxidermy. Yeah, actually, no, that's true. Wait, when I'm dead, put whatever you want on me. I'm dead. What difference does it make? Stuff me full like a rotisserie chicken. Who cares? I'm dead. And the word is Frank Reynolds.
full of the stuff that they put in Beanie Babies, and then
Yeah,
you're just gonna
I'd be
be
shake,
like
I'd be
flopping
shaker, you can
around.
shake me, yeah. But second thing, if I die, Gutterball must go on. Someone must adopt the second co-host responsibility.
Okay.
Must go on.
I'll just
All right.
pick another brother, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
Somebody has to step up.
You know,
Welcome out of the grave.
you know what? I
Haunted.
thought about a horrible image in my head. We do a taxidermy of you, but they get they stretch out your skin so you're just like a beanbag chair.
Yeah, I'll do it.
God.
That'd be something you find in Ed Gaines' house, dude. Like, god damn, turn me into a lampshade or something at that point. Jesus God.
Something useful, like a coat rack.
Yeah, a coat rack. Yeah. Use my spine as a coat rack. Why not? Well, here's Jackson. Yeah, like in Scrubs, they stuffed a dog. Why don't people stuff their dead animals? Whatever happened to that?
It's I don't know.
It's so gruesome.
It's
We should have turned our childhood pet into a table, Paul. What the heck? Wasting opportunity. Mom wouldn't let us.
Get him
Mom wouldn't let us
stuffed.
taxidermy the dog. Ah, dang, man. Damn. Stopped again.
All I wanted for Christmas was my childhood dog stuffed. I couldn't even get that.
Couldn't
Christmas
even
is
give me
ruined.
that, Mom. Well, it's ruined. Aw. The guy that turned his cat into a what did he turn into? A drone?
Yeah.
Stretched out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right?
yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure it wasn't his cat. I'm sure it was someone else's cat, but it was a cat. But that's pretty funny.
Hey, so
Copter.
Glenn, you mentioned you've been doing some MMA. Like what's your favorite part about training mixed martial arts? What's your least favorite part? Why don't you kind of go into that if you don't mind?
We go into your background too of boxing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I boxed for, I mean, what was it when we started? We were at 16, 17, right around there. So,
so.
3.5 years probably boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Only like 2 of that was actually taking it super seriously, and then COVID hit and really messed it up, and then I got out of routine. And I had talked to my coach about having a actual like match, and then COVID cut that out of the picture. So that's my back boxing background. I do like boxing. I like MMA more, and it's far more challenging, I would say, because there's just so many new variables. Like
100%.
You gotta block low, high, and like people can like choke you out and stuff, and like that's all very new. But
people are trying to shoot singles or doubles on you.
Yeah, dude, like getting used to like groundwork. That's probably one of the hardest things is like the jujitsu.
Oh yeah.
But the gym I'm going to is mostly Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, with a little bit of kickboxing, but the main focus is Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. But I would say my favorite part so far is new striking and the like the amount of like new combos you unlock when you can use your elbows and your knees and stuff, like feels like so much more lethal.
Oh yeah, elbows are scary.
Yeah,
elbows are frightening, man. Dude, flying knees. I would never want to get hit by one of those.
No, they'll split your face open. Yeah, dude. It's brutal.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near knowing a flying knee. I hope you know that's like a couple belts in. But,
yeah.
I'm just learning like Thai clinch right now and like learning how to twist people and like open up gaps. But
do they prepare you for how to? They prepare you for the 4-5 out of my pocket.
No, they don't. That's gonna be a game changer. Right
That's a game changer. I'll put your level right there.
So Glenn, if it's a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu heavy, are they teaching you takedowns, or like are they teaching you traditional wrestling single doubles, or are they teaching you like trips and stuff and clinch stuff?
Mostly like sweeps and stuff like that. It's like when it comes to taking someone down, like I'm in the level 1 class still. I'm hoping to be in the level 2 class now soon here, but it's like they don't really go for like takedowns as much. They don't show you many takedowns because a lot of those takedowns, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll break someone's ankle or break someone's knee. So they really ease you into those. I've learned a couple of sweeps, just like ankle sweeps, and like those are super fun. But Judo throws also. There's a little mixed in judo, and the judo throws are probably one of my favorite things to do because to just
Oh
throw
yeah.
someone over your shoulder is a
Pretty
powerful feeling.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
because judo's like the art of like using people's body weight kind of against them, right? To like to your advantage,
yeah.
like whipping them around, throwing them over your shoulder, stuff like that.
Throwing them
Ronda
on the
Ronda
concrete. Yeah.
Ronda Rousey in the UFC, that was her thing. Is she was like a judo black belt or something, so she a lot of judo incorporated in her MMA stuff.
cool. Interesting.
But yeah, the judo's fun, but like I personally have really poor retention with most of the groundwork, like most of the jujitsu and the throws. Like that's the hardest part for me is just remembering the techniques because really don't give you a whole lot of time with each technique. You get like 10 minutes per technique and then they might revisit later, they might not. So like retention when it comes to the jujitsu, like remembering how to transition from half guard to scarf. Like that's one we worked on like 2 weeks ago, and that's like one I feel like I kind of all right. But like I'd say retention is the hardest. The striking is probably the most fun, yeah, for sure. And like being a boxer, it's like of course I'm gonna gravitate towards the striking aspect. Maybe if I was a wrestler, I'd be like this jujitsu was awesome, but like
Right.
so alien to me. So
Yeah, it's crazy because like on TV, it's like it almost looks so easy, but even me and just boxing, it's like to like do this. Like now they're like doing these longer combos where it's like a 3-punch combo, a duck, and then like another 3-punch combo of some sort. Yeah, or something like that. And I'm just like I'm looking up at the screen because like you want to throw it with good technicality too, but you also don't want to mess up the combo and accidentally throw a punch you didn't want to. Not that it really like matters, but I want to try to do things by the book as much as I can. But that's cool, man. That's cool. You know, that's sweet to get into. You know, like hopefully we'll have you on again to tell us more about maybe your progress and kind of how that's going.
Be in the next class.
Dude, definitely stick with it. You know, are you, how many days a week are you doing it?
I just go to the Monday or Tuesday, Thursday class for the MMA, and then they have a class on Wednesdays. I skipped it today. I cheated, but class on Wednesday is kickboxing, so it's much more. Say that's like the one that they draw people in. They're like, come learn some self-defense and get a workout in because it's just a really hard hit workout, and it's very much like your boxing class, like not too focused on technicality, kind of just focused on cardio and working out.
Yeah.
So I like train on the other 2 days. Of course, they still have like some conditioning on those days, but like Wednesday's the conditioning heavy day. So
okay, cool, man. That's awesome.
3 days a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now for boxing 3 days a week. And I've honestly been considering like, oh man, I don't do really anything Tuesday nights. Maybe I'll just go do cardio Tuesday nights. Like, cause where I work in our office building, I have like free access to their gym. It's an okay gym, but like I've been thinking about just, I don't know, doing a stride. I hate running, to be honest with you. So I'll probably just do like, I mean, like I'll do it. But I just would honestly rather do the bike or a strider for like an hour and just call it good. So like I might just do that or like, I mean, I have a monthly membership. I could just also do another boxing class on Tuesday night, but I just don't think I'm there yet. Like I still am like breaking in my body. Like, you know, already a month in though. And like, maybe this sounds ridiculous to people out there. Like I'm a person that like never really worked out before other than like a couple of years ago for a brief stint. You know, I wasn't really in any sports. The only thing I really did relatively related to a sport was like skateboarding, which whatever. Right. But what I will say is like, even a month in, I already noticed like, I have a little bit more energy, like I, go a little bit longer. I'm not like giving up, you know what I'm saying? Like taking breathers. And also to like physical changes, like my forearms feel like bigger than they were before. And like here on my chest, I mean, I still have belly fat, but like it's kind of getting like a weird, like indentations like here, which is kind of cool.
No, you do look good though.
It definitely gets
just noticeable difference.
Quick.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard belly fat is also the hardest thing to burn, and that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But also time will tell, right? I mean, I'm a month in. If I keep doing this to the summer, kind of like Jackson said, there might be a significant change on, kind of how I look and how I am. So
I was in really good shape like the first 6 months after I started boxing, man. That was my prime. I'm trying to get back into my prime. Because my coworker's really into weightlifting, like I'm talking like legs and weights and like eating the same stuff every single day, that hardcore. So I'm like, I might adopt some of his routines because I want to get into that routine. But like I honestly, man, it's hard for me. Once I get into some, I want to do it every single day. But like you gotta have that off day,
I mean, when I move back up, we got the house and the studio. It can be a
Dude.
studio/MMA gym. We'll put pads
and
all on the
also-
wall and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, dude. Even the bags in the garage. Once in a couple of weeks, once it gets a little, just a tiny bit warmer, you know, like consistently, then it's on, man.
Jack, do you have a set of pads, like your own pads to hit, striking
I did
pads?
not know. I never really saw the use. I never really needed them,
I was
but
gonna say we
those
should
would be cool.
we should invest in a set of those.
yeah, it'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
I'll just go to Jungle
You
Gym
mean
and
like
steal them.
mitts?
Yeah,
mitts.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Mitts,
yeah, mitts.
gotcha.
Yeah. Mitts, and then like maybe if we incorporate kicks at some point, one of those like leg pad things or whatever.
Yeah.
Shin guards.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Been
That'd be
working
cool.
with those lately.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
like
Fun,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
So-
always been interested in kicks, and I partially blame it on Joe Rogan brainwashing me because like Joe Rogan when he was like training, he was like actually like doing it. He was like known for his kicks, and he's
that
like
was bad.
yeah.
Dude, I remember seeing the video of he's got like a spinning, like I don't even know what the kick's called to be honest, but it's like the one where you spin around and then it's just heel right into the bag.
Is it
you
a
know?
wheel
Mhm.
kick?
Dude, it's so loud.
Yeah.
And like it, like I saw the bag like crunch, like you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
it
god.
really did.
Well,
It's so scary.
he's kind of short and stout, kind of like I am in a
Yeah.
way. Where like
Mhm.
his legs are just ham planets. I'm sure they're just
Yeah.
fucking tree trunks of legs, and you would not want to get kicked by one of those. Fucking getting calf kicked by Joe Rogan,
That'd be the last
probably
thing you want.
brutal. Like you
Yeah.
do not want
Yeah.
that. Or like if he could throw a good question mark kick, you're done.
He
Like
question marks kick, yeah, and then
Yeah,
eats
dude,
elk on
or-
top of you or
he-
something.
yeah, eats elk on top of you.
Cooks and eats it.
No,
So Jamie, I'm gonna need you to write that knock up. Can you pull that up for me?
No, I
please?
would love to get into kicking eventually after boxing, like getting into some other martial art. But as you know, like kicks are not easy. Maintaining balance, throwing that force, doing it consistently, not slipping. It's pretty hard. Like it's
Yeah,
not easy.
Dude,
absolutely.
personal experience, the hardest thing for me is just getting enough rotation in the hips because like in boxing, legs still work the same way. It's like your hips are your power. If your hips aren't moving with your strike, then you're not getting the full effect of the
You're
strike.
not maximizing.
Like-
it.
Yeah.
They want you to pivot on that lead foot. They want you to stay right on the ball of the foot, and they don't want your toes touching. And I just have a hard time just balancing on that one part without my toes scraping the mat, like ruining my strike. So that's like the hardest thing with kicks, I'd say. Do a kickboxing class, man. Like it's really not that different from boxing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I think my plan was, is like by summer get into kickboxing or something else. Honestly, I do want to learn jiu-jitsu, but I always thought wrestling was cool. Because
Yeah.
like you think about it, if you can execute a perfect takedown on like, I'm not saying I'd ever want to be in a street fight, but if it's
Mhm.
like a one-on-one situation or whatever, like you get a takedown and you know how to keep people down, you know, like that's it
Taken
for
down.
them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that, you know, you're on
absolutely,
top of them, like, and you can
Yeah.
keep them
Well, it's-
down.
You never know. It's the old saying, man. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You know.
Yeah.
Just might as well have it, you know, because
Exactly.
you can always go to, oh, I'll just have my gun, I'll have my knife. It's like you might not have it at the time, man, and you know all you have is your fists or your legs. I do want to learn some groundwork though. I think that's super crucial to have. Even Bruce
Like-
Lee himself said, someone who's like disciplined in Western boxing and also picks up just straight wrestling can take out a lot of these jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai guys. Like they're on the same levels
Yeah.
because they're like it's the same shit, same shit you're learning on the ground. It's not really different.
Yeah, that's my coach actually. Like we have a couple wrestlers that come through the gym, and he always says every now and then he'll be like, a very good wrestler can beat like a very good jujitsu practitioner
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
if they know how to defend well. Like
Yeah.
Like the only difference is like the things that are hard to defend from are like fucking like what's the name of this one? The one where they break your shoulder. I don't remember what it's called, but
I'm not sure.
I mean, the one.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Retention, man, so hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I just literally was. What is that called? I see it in the UFC every once in a
I
while.
want to say it
Someone
starts with
taps
like a
to it.
G. I want to say guillotine, but it's not
It's
that.
not a guillotine. It's oh man.
Gilmari or something.
Oh yeah,
Gilmari?
yeah.
Gamora.
Gamora,
Gamora.
that's what it is.
Gamora,
Yeah.
yeah.
Islam
Yeah,
Makhachev
Gamora
got
and
Dan
then
Hooker with
Gamora.
that.
Should remember Gamora.
Those are lethal.
It's a casino.
It's a casino, yeah. Fallen
Yeah.
Vegas. Well, anyways, probably
That's
stray
insane.
away from some combat sport talk here. Let's just jump into some other stuff. So, I may have talked about this on the cast, but I will be getting my first handgun this weekend. And by getting, I mean like actually going and like buying it, and probably won't have it for like however long that takes to do the background checks and whatever. But I have my permit to purchase. Yeah.
Let's give it to you. They'll put it right in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's your gun, sir. Open up. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here's your high point. Here's your high point.
Yeah. High point. Oh god.
You should walk in there right when you walk in there and just put the ammo on the counter and be like, "Where's my gun?"
Yeah, where's my gun? You guys take shekels. I just got like a thing, like a sack of coins, and I dump it out on the glass counter. It's like the loudest thing ever. Like every
shekels.
Yeah. But no, so I have my permit to purchase. I do not have my conceal and carry. I do plan on buying a compact weapon, which would probably be eventually my conceal and carry daily. But a lot of people have different opinions. They're just like, oh, go get your CCW, and then you can just go, it's the same as having your permit to purchase, basically. But no, my plan is to get my permit to purchase like I do now, buy the handgun, bring it to the range, bring it up to my cabin, dump a few hundred rounds through it, take it down, clean it, get used to my firearm, and then go take classes. I just feel like that's a smarter way to do it, and I'm in no rush, right? Yeah. But I had it down to like 3 handguns, and everyone's like, get a Glock, and it's like, well, I've shot a Glock 40, shot a Glock 17, I think it's a 9, and I'm just not a fan of like the boxy feel of them. I was a decent shot with them when I did shoot them. But they're just not my thing. They're extremely reliable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a reason why everyone's like, get a Glock, like they're decent price and, they hold up well. The 3 guns I had it down to was a CZ P10C, which will run you about 500 some change, maybe a little less. A Kimber Evo SP, which is about $800, but it's a pretty looking handgun. It's a 2-tone, like white and kind of like silver, like in a black. It looks really nice. And these are all striker fires, I'm pretty sure, that I'm listing here. And the third one I had was what I was looking at is an FN 508. I think it's the N or the C is like the compact version of it, whatever the compact version is. And that one is also about, I think, 800. I think I'm remembering correctly. And I just decided and I decided
there's only one way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Twin Berettas.
That's
all you can do. There's no other option.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're naming all these
dudes. Honestly, I considered Berettas, and I think I will own one eventually, but I want a full-size Beretta, and that's going to be something I just like have to like shoot with. I've never like carry it, maybe. If I was in a different state where the gun laws were like more lax and stuff, like, you can literally like hip carry a full size or something, I wouldn't do that because it's honestly kind of cringe. If people out there shit on me all you want, if you're like open carrying a massive handgun, you're a moron. You're just telling people to like like take it from me, fuck with you. I think, in my opinion, I think that's why it's conceal and carry. Like that's why I literally don't want anyone to know I have it. It's just there if I need it. And but anyways, I decided to go. I'm gonna go purchase a CZ P10C. The price point's what's getting me, because I also want to get an AR or a rifle somewhere down the line, save some money, because no reason. I don't need nearly $1,000 handgun for my first one. Like there's just no reason. The CC P10C is comparable to Glocks. They say, it's just as reliable. Almost looks like a Glock. It's just a little different shaped handguard, which I like. But who knows? I might go in the store, and when I actually handle it, I might not like it. I mean, it's also different from firing it. But it is. My buddy Ivan's recommended it to me. A lot of people are. It keeps popping up everywhere I look. They got a deal on it right now at Fleet Farm, so it's like I really just it's all just pointing towards CZ. And so I think that's what I'm gonna get. Pretty basic looking gun. It's nothing like crazy looking, and I don't need anything crazy looking.
I was saying though, you need a gun, especially since you live in Murderapolis. Like, and I was just you got to keep yourself safe, man. But no, that's cool. I'm excited because I want to shoot it. I think that'll be fun. I like shooting handguns.
Yeah, we can shoot it. Dude, the last thing I ever want to do is ever have to use it, and you never want to ever have to use it. Like we've said before, best thing you do is run away. Do what you can to avoid it.
Hold on, I would use, like, I'm not saying it'd be fun, but like if a bear's charging me or something, I'd like to unload a mag in it. Not saying it's gonna die, but that'd be like satisfying. Would it not be? It's coming at me. It's threatening me.
You're in the paper.
From over there across the forest, it's threatening me. I will shoot through all the trees to get to it. I'll make sure that bear doesn't threaten me anymore.
Like,
I see the bear in its cave, making threatening remarks to me.
with his
Shoot
cubs,
right through the whole forest.
yeah.
I'll burn it down. I'll light it up. I'll burn it path to it. I don't care.
Like in the paper,
threatening
like
me.
man found gored and torn apart by bear, but it's like in the details of the article, it's like you dumped 2 entire magazines into it, but missed its head on it, but hit it like everywhere else. And it's just like it's dead next to you, like they found it, like bled out. Yeah.
Bleeding out. That'd be so sick. It's like
You're,
the one-
like,
it's
torn in
Breaking Bad
half.
intro. They play that song Breaking Bad and they pan up, whatever that fucking song.
Oh,
they
they're
play
playing
is.
like Baby Blue or
Baby
like whatever
Blue,
song
yeah.
whatever it's called.
Laying down there. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I guess
But yeah,
I
I mean,
got what I deserved. Yeah,
yeah, that I deserved. Yeah, that's sick. I like that. That's gnarly.
But
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
so I'm excited to get it. I'm not. The main thing is I want to go shooting. I haven't really like shot my rifle. I have a hunting rifle. I haven't shot that in a long time. I just want something I can just like easily go shoot with. And you know, purchasing the handgun comes with a lot of other things. Like I don't plan on getting a holster right away yet because I know that those can be picky. Also, depending on like how you want to carry, like how it sits on you. Like I think I'm gonna appendix carry, which is like pretty common. But when that happens down the line, but I do plan on getting like maybe some type of small handgun safe. And I know it's like, well, they grabbed the safe and then they got the safe and the gun in it. Well, whatever. It's mainly just to like keep it out of sight and in some type of lock container. I would love to buy a full size safe, but if I wasn't in an apartment and was in a house, because I am not moving that thing, you know, like multiple times. No.
Right? No, it sucks.
But other than that, I'm going to get some eye pro, so some nice eye protection for shooting. I'm going to get some nice contacts, like some good hearing protection. You know, like contacts where you can hear people talk, but you can't hear loud, like gunshots and stuff like that. Those are really cool.
100%. Yeah, those are cool.
And yeah, probably like a few extra magazines, a few boxes of ammo.
A drum mag, a red dot sight, a laser.
Yeah. Guys, I bought two
clip.
CZ P10Cs. They both got drums and lasers on them.
Yeah, no, I bought a banana clip. Slip on a banana clip. It's I love banana clips, dude. One of those.
You know, if I ever
John
do
Wick.
end up building
Balanced.
/ probably not building, but buying an AK, I would love to get one of those like super long extended banana clips for it, because you could, or banana mags.
Those
'cause
are
you can
so
just get one.
goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They're cool though. I like them. Banana mag, just in case. It's self defense.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me.
But yeah, so that's gonna be fun. I mean,
It's cool.
I'm gonna pass the background check. There's nothing wrong with me, but who knows? I might be on some type of list I don't know about.
Nah. What have you been
ATF
doing
has you
online
marked
there?
down
Nah,
somewhere.
you'll be fine.
ATF has me marked down simply because I'm in that ATF group on Facebook and I keep posting memes in there.
Yeah, dude, they look on there and they're like, "What are you doing, dude?" That's funny though. That's good shit. I'm gonna turn little topics. I'm gonna go over to a little bit of music. I kind of always started now. We did it the last episode, last couple one. I kind of want to always touch on music if we can every cast.
Sure.
Just because like I always be listening to music and just kind of maybe some new projects coming out and then concerts we're going to and shit. But so a new Suicide Boys EP is coming out. Shameless Suicide. The tape everyone's been waiting for years is Shake Well and Suicide Boys.
Oh, didn't they just release a song from it today? I haven't
They
listened to it
did,
yet.
yeah.
Is it
Little
good?
Snippet. It's not that good. I wasn't blown away because Dirtiest, Nastiest Suicide was such a letdown to me that I'm hoping this one would revive it. But just hearing the first single off of it, I'm not looking forward to it a whole lot.
They're never gonna. They're never
Come
gonna.
back. They'll never be what it is.
No.
They have 10 million monthly listeners, dude. I'm not saying I was early on them, but I remember when they had 4 million, dude. I remember that shit. That was like wasn't that long ago, dude.
I
It's
remember when
crazy.
like Paris
Huge.
had less than like 50,000
Yeah.
listens on.
You were way into them
SoundCloud.
than me.
Yeah.
Or earlier, I should say, I guess.
Like I remember
probably got
listening
into
to
it
like Lemon Slime and like some of their first stuff with Germ, or I remember even like listening to them when he was odd enough the Snow Leopard, and then like when Scrim
That's
was
old
just
school.
doing his own
Yeah.
singles and stuff.
Mhm.
But no,
That's gnarly though.
yeah, I mean, it's like you can only make good music for so long, I feel. And then there are exceptions, right? That people just drop hit after hit after hit all the time, but there's going to be some crappy times.
Diamonds in the rough, yeah. Except for Rush. Rush doesn't have that, so Just so you know, that's
Debatable.
one artist that doesn't.
Say the one thing with the new. Like,
You want to
anytime
debate,
Tuesday-
Paul?
I'm not
We have
debating.
hours to debate.
I'm just
all
saying
right?
people may debate that Rush might have some garbage songs. I'm not saying
I'm
I
gonna
think
kill
that.
them. I'm just kidding.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
yeah. Hold your horses.
Whoa. Horses are held, all right? Horses are held. Check, there's cops behind me. Hold on. The fuck is that?
It's a Animal Crossing Peach stress ball Destiny gave me. It looks like a butt.
I thought that's what it was, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Should I
guess.
cut a hole in it and fuck it?
That'd be pretty cursed. I mean, that might be for a Patreon episode.
Patreon. Yeah.
That might be a Patreon.
Hold on.
special.
At post editing, censor this. Yeah.
Post-
Just...
Get out of here. Put a little black bar, yeah. Ick. That's funny though. What the hell is that thing? Get that thing out of here. But Puya's announced a tour, and I got some friends going to that, and I know Paul, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
So that should be cool. Puya's doing a tour. He's being joined. I think we talked about this in the cast, haven't we? Yeah, we definitely did.
I don't
I
know.
think we did. Yeah, I think we did last time. Anyway, we're going to Puya. That should be cool. Glenn's still on the fence about that.
I'm
She's
excited to
muted
see
over
Fat
there.
Nick and
Fat
Terry
Nick should
Reid.
be cool. Terry Reid really cool. I'm trying to get there early, see if I can run into one of them. Maybe at that point have a business card slipping in their pocket. And be like, hey, look, Gutterball. I'm just saying. Or want to come on. Stop by.
I need to get going
Yeah.
on stuff.
Yeah, no, that actually
that one
I have like 4 days off for wisdom teeth, so I'm gonna use that time to get shit done on the cast. But sorry, Glenn, what you're saying?
I was just remembering that one time we missed Ruby and Scrim by a hair when our buddy went back to the venue to like look for a lost fucking hat, and I think he only met Ruby and Shakewell, but like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
teased about
I was
that
pretty
for
pissed.
weeks.
I was pretty upset. But no, I was happy for him though. It was cool.
It is cool.
You know?
That was good.
Um,
Motherfucker was wearing my shirt and didn't get it
yeah,
signed.
didn't get it signed. Yeah. Also, for what I'm told, he told me that Shakewell hit my cart, and that cart at that time, ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you what we were smoking at that because I swear it was chemicals. It tasted like you were inhaling like Windex or something, and it was the most disgusting thing ever. And I can't believe
Probably
we're still alive.
was.
We'll see the effects of
that
that
like
in
wood
a
pulp shit
time.
in there.
Do you remember that cart, Glenn? Specifically though, that one was really, really bad. I don't know if you remember that. That was bad, dude.
We're
when he
both
hit
getting
that,
cancer. when we're
and
on
I'm
the
like, I
list.
just gave Shakewell cancer if you didn't already have it. So there you go. You're welcome.
They link it
Think
back
you
to
gotta worry
that
about
cart that
Shakewell.
day.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Ick, dude. This thing was gnarly. But that was a good time. It was a good concert. That was a grade A back in 2018. No, 2019. Yeah, it'd be 2019.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, the rave. Cool, good times.
That was a good time. So it was a good concert. That was a
Yeah.
cool hotel.
They had, I think that was a cool hotel. We stayed in like a 5-star hotel for like $100 a night or something because of Marcus.
Yeah.
You know, it was
The
pretty cool.
Fister with a P.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah,
Thanks,
the
Greg.
sister, yeah, a little stuff. Thanks, Greg. But that was a great lineup. That grade A, dude. It had City Morgue, Denzel Curry, Shakewell, Germ, Suicide Boys. I think that's it. But and Trash Talk was with them. I actually have it on my wall.
That was when City Morgue was like kind of under the radar too. Like
They weren't.
That's
were
how I
playing,
learned. That's how I learned about him. Was that
Yeah,
I knew
concert?
about
same.
them
And then like
before them.
it's funny because we saw them, and then like 2 years later they kind of like blew up,
Blew
went
up.
mainstream a little bit. Like
Mm.
they're not mainstream, but they're like known now.
They're known
like,
in the
people know
underground
about
for
them.
sure.
Zilla Kami literally fucking has Corey Taylor on his album, dude. Like he's pretty up there.
Yeah, that's
pretty
what
cool.
I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty gnarly. I like Zilla Kami definitely got bigger. Partly because he's just a better artist, but I like Zos. Because from what I heard, Zilla Kami isn't like. I from what I heard, I'm not like hating on him or saying this is true, but he grew up somewhat more privileged than Zos did. Like when he raps about shit, he's not super into it. Zos Mula was actually like a crack dealer and like grew up with like no parents and shit. So like that's my type. That's hashtag my rapper right there. I like Zos. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Zos Mula. Shout out Zos.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, Zos,
Yeah.
you want to come
If
on
you get
the
better-
show?
yeah.
I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick.
No.
That'd be gnarly.
Yeah,
Has he released anything since
Oh,
the
yeah.
last City Morgue tape?
Yeah, he
Okay,
released
gotcha.
a lot of albums. Yeah, he'd be
Okay,
dropping.
gotcha.
They're not good.
he's also
Not that
doing
good.
collabs with other people that I've heard that are pretty decent.
Yeah, a couple of Ramirez collabs, Fat Nick and them. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That was sick.
Well, I got a good topic for us here. Nostalgic childhood films. Off the top of your head, are there any films in your head that you're just like, oh man, like I haven't watched that in forever. It was so nostalgic as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I could go first if you guys wanted to, if you wanted to kind of think of
Jump into it.
I got one burning on my chest right now.
Go
I
ahead.
just have to say, Milo and Otis. It was a live action film.
I think I've
you
heard
guys
of that.
probably know nothing about it, but like, my mom would always throw that on, and like that was like the like go to sleep you little shit fucking movie, like because it was kind of boring, but super nostalgic, and it's like a live action with a dog and a cat, and they're like friends or something. But the only reason I bring it up is because I recently found out like a year ago when that movie was filmed, there's a scene where this cat is like floating down a box
Yeah.
down a river. Used cats, like they had to retake that scene 20 times. 18 cats died in the filming of that scene because they had to like get the cat to jump into the box that's floating down the river. A couple of them just fucking didn't make it and just fucking drowned in the river. Didn't find out about it till like 2 years later, and I was
Good
It's just,
Lord.
like, ruined
What the
something for me. Yeah,
God.
you can look it up if you want, but yeah, animal cruelty was like not well paid attention to in Hollywood at that point because this movie was probably made in like the 90s.
Yeah.
It was bad news, but
Do you know what company made that? Is it a Disney film?
No, I think it was like made by some like Chinese company, which is probably why they got away with
okay.
that. But
Nah. Disney killed a lot of animals
Oh,
in the early days.
Get another one. Throw it in river.
Yeah, oh, this one died. This one no good. No good. Get him out.
drowns, we throw it in the stew, you know?
More cats. Yes, just fucking yeah. Just cut them up, throw right in the stew. You're good to fucking go.
Put them in the wet market, you know?
That's fucked up. That's the monetization right there. We're gone, dude. We're out of here. See you later, buddy. Kiss that goodbye.
Oh.
You're ended before they even started.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. I'll see what I want. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want me to do about it?
Does it look like I care?
I mean, yeah. You guys are getting paid.
Anyways, do you have any others, Glenn, that you can think of that are super nostalgic, or?
Not movies, but Power Rangers. Anytime I see Power Rangers,
Classic.
looking back on it,
Can't go
so
wrong.
dog shit though. Like
It's
if you
bad.
watch it like now, you're like, oh, this is horseshit. But as a kid, I would like sneak away from my family and go fucking put that on the basement TV, and that was like the shit. But
Wouldn't it
it's really too
often
like,
be?
really.
It would just be people that are in somewhat sort of good shape and like skin tight suits that are colored, and they'd be like this with the dragon power force. I'm gonna fucking fuck this guy and throw him into space, and they go like this a bunch, you know, but they don't actually hit anything, you know, and then they turn into a dinosaur. No one fights, no one gets hit, you know, there's no actual combat.
They do like a fucking merger or some shit, and then they become a big ass robot, and that was like the whole premise.
And one of those guys, the original actors of the Power Rangers, he killed his like fucking roommate with a sword. I don't know if you guys heard about that. The original Red Power Ranger killed his neighbor with like a katana or something. God.
Well, you know, I will say this: it's like you think about it, almost the Power Rangers were like a Pokemon battle, where it's like you let your thing do the attack, like where it's standing, and then like the other guy would be like, with a staff and some type of magic.
I think it was wasn't it Japanese? I'm pretty sure it was. Like I think it was Japanese like made thing. I wonder why we didn't get it that much. Maybe it was bigger in Japan.
Well, that and it was all just like a lot of no, there was American versions, but some of it was just dubbed. And like a lot of like the choreography scenes, I think in some of the early ones were literally just spliced from the Japan one and put in.
Yeah,
but they like filmed all the other parts in English with
it was
different actors.
There's
different people in those suits. Yeah. No, Power Rangers is good. Jack, did you want to go next? You want me to jump in here? Because I got a few on my list. Okay.
All right.
Yours. Harry and the Hendersons. Okay.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Okay,
Harry and the Hendersons. Okay. Have you seen that one, Glenn?
No, never even heard of it.
Okay, it's like John Lithgow is this family man dad, and they like somehow, I can't even, it's been so long, they get a Sasquatch and they name him Harry, and he's like literally the Sasquatch, like he's a Sasquatch, right?
It's
and
like,
they protect
Sasquatch.
Yeah, and they protect him, and it's a good movie. And at the end, like when they let him go because they have to get rid of him because like the government's closing in or something, or like people are finding out that they have this being, it turns out there's more. Like he has like a little family in the woods, like a little tiny Sasquatch and like a Sasquatch wife. But it was a wholesome movie. It was super good. And then Blank Check. Okay.
That's good.
You ever guys
Oh.
blank check, dude? Okay. This kid, I can't remember the premise. This kid's like on a skateboard, on a bike or something. He's in like a parking lot. Classic guy in a Mercedes, rich millionaire guy backs up or something or hits the kid. Kid falls off the bike or the scooter, and the guy gets out. He's like, ah, crap, like whatever. And he starts he's a busy businessman. He starts writing the kid a check, like money, or for like a bunch of money to just like for the accident before like his parents are told or whatever. Gives the kid, he gets busy, he gets a call, he has to go, gives the kid the check, signed it, but never put like a dollar amount on it. Like he signed the check and like wrote it to the kid, but never put a dollar amount. So the kid like puts like, I don't know, millions of dollars or whatever on it and gets it cash. And then like the kid's just balling out. Like he's just like balling out, dude. Like that whole time. I think the millionaire eventually like finds out. He like buys a house or something. It's so ridiculous. Like, and he's like a freaking like, I don't even know, like 10-year-old, 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That movie's baller. How about Dunstan Checks In?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a classic monkey film.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Don't feel uncomfortable. Classic monkey film. Okay. I don't even remember the premise really. Kids in a hotel, and then there's just a monkey there, and becomes his friend. His name's Dunstan. They get into shenanigans at the hotel. It's pretty spicy.
What's his name? It's Tim Curry in that one. He's like an asshole.
Be.
He is, pretty sure. He's like trying to. I remember him zapping the monkey, and I was like, no, don't zap that fucking monkey.
Yeah, they're trying to like
cattle prod, dude. That's fucked up.
Super messed
This is
up.
something I always mention to people, and no one ever remembers the movie I'm talking about. And I've done research trying to find out what this movie was, but there's like there's like 2 kung fu movies where it's like Bruce Lee. I think it's Bruce Lee, where he's working with a chimpanzee. And like it's a karate chimpanzee, and I can never remember the name of it.
I don't think it's Bruce Lee. It's Jackie Chan, I think, or it's some other guy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Did he do that?
Hold on here.
Glenn, because we were trying to look for it, and it wasn't Jackie Chan. Because we looked at it because it was like it was the Mandela effect thing, and
no one else.
Jackie Chan's thing was really stupid. He didn't have a pet monkey. He was the monkey, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was the one we kept finding. We kept finding one where Jackie Chan is like got so much makeup and he like looks like a gorilla, but he does karate.
He's a monkey because they dressed him up like that. He's not a monkey. He's not yellow. I swear. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. Don't ban me. But no, yeah, that wasn't that one. I swear, Glenn, I think you just took too much of that fucking IV.
That movie exists. That movie does exist. I swear to you.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't find it.
There's like a ton of scenes where they're like the monkey's like on his back and he's riding a motorcycle and like car chases and stuff. And then the monkey like breaks into this lab to like free other monkeys or something. I don't remember that.
Dude, the lab part. The lab part. This movie existed. I seen this movie.
Thank God.
Dude.
Mandela effect.
I can never remember it.
It does exist.
About it.
Oh man.
Lost the history. Yep.
Mystery monkey movie. Y'all have to post that on some forum or something and see if someone gets back to you.
It exists.
I interrupted your nostalgia movies there, my bad.
That's a good conversation. God damn it. I'm gonna find this later.
That monkey movie, man, I gotta know. Because we could never find it. I told Jax about it like on 3 separate occasions, and he was always like, shut up about the fucking monkey karate movie, motherfucker. I seriously
looked for it for like an hour one time, I remember, and I could not find anything about it.
I have like, I don't know, like 4 more. I might not do all of them, but you guys remember those animated Aladdin movies?
Yes.
Make quite a few of them. Okay, all of those are sick, but specifically the one, do you remember the one? It was the 3rd one. I think it was called Aladdin and the King of Thieves, where like that temple had the golden hand.
Yeah.
That, or like anything it touched, it would turn to gold.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I always wanted that hand when I was a kid. I'm like, dude, that's gnarly. I want that hand. Like I want to turn like my Game Boy gold, or
The touch of Midas kind of deal?
Yeah, it was the Midas hand or whatever. Yeah, exactly. That was gnarly. I remember. Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
Is Gilbert Gottfried in that, or am I think of Cyber Chase where he played
he's in it, but I think he plays. I think Gilbert Gottfried the parrot.
Yeah, he's the parrot. Yeah, he is 100%. He is because he's 1,000%.
Wait. No, we're thinking. Wasn't he the parrot in The Mermaid? No, he was in one Aladdin movie. I'm not sure.
I remember that one because I remember his voice.
He's like a toucan. He's like a toucan.
Disney Aladdin. Yeah.
He was
The
just,
first
He
no,
is a
one, right?
parrot.
and then he's the bird in Cyber Chase. You remember that old cartoon? It's
Dude,
another little nostalgia.
that movie or that show's or Fetch with Rough Ruffman
That's sick, dude. That
Oh,
was
dude. Oh, yeah.
that was gnarly.
is like a
Talking about
reality.
that show the other day, and I was just like, I wonder how that show was because they always like post animated Rough Ruffman in. I'm like, those kids were just like cheering at no one, and like,
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
wonder how
weird.
that went.
They
Yeah.
make good actors.
How about The Pest?
No, was that really a childhood film? I don't remember that being around as a kid.
For me, but they would not be able to make that
No.
nowadays. That movie is
first
so
10
offensive.
minutes. He does. Did he do blackface in the first 10 minutes?
I
Of the
don't
film?
think so.
Pretty sure he does.
John Leguizamo, shout out, come on the podcast, dude. Sid the Sloth, dude.
It's pretty cool. Glenn, if
He's
you,
in John
I don't
Wick.
even know how to describe the Pest, but it's like a shitty like early 2000s film, but it's bad, dude.
It's
I might send you
horribly
the
written
intro.
and it's extremely offensive.
It's
And
really
like, and I'm like, how is this movie made?
Yeah.
What I will say is the intro alone will tell you enough about the movie. Like, honestly, without
Okay.
watching it.
The Pest.
This you know, little like this Hispanic guy, like his family doesn't like him. He's basically a massive con artist and just rips people off. And what happens is he owes money to the mob, and there's this guy that turns out there's this rich guy, and he hunts people. And he has literally hunted like every race of person like on his private island. He brings them there, but he has yet to like hunt a Hispanic man. So he invites the Pest, you know, to his island and to hunt him, because he finds out that if he survives, he'll get $50,000. But he didn't know he was going to be hunted until he got there, right? They're like, well, if you survive, you'll get 50 grand, but no one survived. And he wants to use this 50 grand to pay off like the mob that he owes, the Scottish mob, right? And it basically ends up not going well for the rich guy because he's such an annoying, like, it's just horrible. He's a pest. He's the pest.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's the pest.
I feel like the more you talked about it, I feel like I remember seeing like, if not like a trailer, I feel like I saw like a cover for it, and I could tell just from the cover of the fucking
dude.
movie
The
that
cover's
it's,
like a target behind him, and he's like with shades on.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you look it up,
Oh,
Glenn?
like-
I think I've seen that. I wrote it down over here so I can look it up later.
I might have showed you the intro because I thought it was so funny when I saw it.
I think you
but-
did. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
he's in the
I think I
shower
played it.
doing all these offensive things.
Yeah. I'm hurting. I'm hurting already. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I
all
think
right,
he does-
all right already. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, his whole family just hates him too. I love that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's awesome.
Good shit.
I do
Is that
have
all?
two more, but they're not that. I mean, School of Rock, Jack Black, classic movie. I mean, you can't
Holds
go
up.
wrong with that. And then, honestly, probably still, one of my favorite sci-fi movies to this day. There's another one's a close second, but The One with Jet Li.
Actually, I haven't seen that in
Statham.
a while. You have that in VHS.
The
I
entire
think so.
soundtrack is like Drowning Pool and like
Oh yeah.
Rob Zombie, and
Yeah.
like it's gnarly, dude. It's like a bunch of
Cool
like
fight.
late 90s, early 2000s alternative rock. It's pretty cool.
Fun film, yeah.
But that's I mean that's it. I didn't want to go super long on that. Jackson, go.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Wallace and Gromit franchise, and then I'm also gonna go into Chicken Run more specifically.
Chicken Run.
They had a film called Chicken Run. Pretty much, it's just chickens that are like overtaken like their slaughterhouse that they're in, and it's a good film, and it's made by the guys that do the Wallace and Gromit. I'm a sucker for
You
claymation.
still watch
dude.
it all the time.
Yeah, I would just imagine. Hear me out, guys. I know it's all about violence nowadays. What if you do a movie Wallace and Gromit style, but it's like John Wick or something? I'd watch that whole thing to the whole way.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Claymation was
Because-
definitely a thing of like the early 2000s.
right,
Yeah.
and it's such a hard thing because it is at the end of the day, it's stop motion, and that to me is like one of like the most underappreciated forms of art there is. Like, sure, it doesn't look the greatest, but I guess when Wallace and Gromit does, it looks pretty fucking good, dude. So
Yeah.
I like that type of shit.
It is cool.
I love how it looks.
There's so much work behind it too with stop motion like that. Like it takes so much more time, which is probably why you don't see them as much anymore. Because it's like the time to cost ratio is just like nah.
What about a like it's like 2030 and Wallace and Gromit claymation movie, and like the world is ended in their wasteland, and he's got his dog with him, and he's got like a repeater. Yeah, it's like Mad Max, but it's Wallace and Gromit, and the dog's older, and Gromit's like really like older now.
So cool.
That'd be so gnarly.
Is like still hunting for cheese or something.
Yeah.
He's still like looking for like Gouda or something.
Did he have like a checkered or a green sweater that he'd wear all the time? It's like tattered.
Yeah, he had a
it's like he's got a bandolier on
Yeah.
it with bullets in it or something.
Yeah, I remember the penguin that has like the gun. He's like trying to ice him.
Yeah.
He's trying to murder them.
Yeah, he's trying to like, and he ends up always missing or something happens.
Yeah,
but like that penguin was a
Penguin's
fucking menace.
That was
all right.
an asshole. Fuck that penguin.
Yeah,
He was
dude,
a
that
dick.
penguin's just trying to take him out for no reason.
Yeah.
Isn't there one where he's literally got like a 50 cal sniper or something? It's like ridiculous.
He's gonna kill him like goddamn American Sniper or some shit.
He's about to fucking Chris Kyle, Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, goddamn.
How many of those movies are there? Because like I remember thinking there's like a lot, right? There's like
They also did like a short series too.
Yeah.
On the Sheep,
There
that's
were some
another
short
option
films,
they
right?
did.
Yeah, Shaun the
there
Sheep.
was short films. I think they did
Yeah,
about 5 short
was
films, and then maybe a small series. I don't remember, but Shaun the Sheep, that's another one.
They had a
I
very
mentioned, but-
distinct claymation like look to all their characters. You could tell it was by the same people.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the way their
absolutely.
faces
They
were and their
wanted-
mouths and stuff. Yeah, that's
They
really
wanted
cool.
it to be
The
like
only
that.
Wallace and Gromit movie I actually remember is the one where there's like a rabbit that is like a werewolf rabbit. Yeah, the were-rabbit, yeah.
That,
Oh
really what I
yeah,
can,
and
like,
it's
truly
it keeps
remember.
going to their garden at night or something.
that was like one of the
Yeah.
only ones to get a DVD release, like when it first came out.
I think that's
So,
probably why it's the only one I saw, yeah.
That was
actually, it's
super good.
most common one. Okay, I only got a couple more. I'll go second one. I'll probably go the regular show, honestly. Regular show is really my shit back in elementary school and stuff. Actually, me and my sister just watched an episode the other day. 'Cause she wanted to. We were watching The Last of Us and she got scared, and so I had to like.
What didn't she
watch
like?
the regular show. She didn't like after they got in the car crash and then like they walk to the infected and they're eating that body and they look up and start chasing them. She's like, turn this off. It's scary. And I'm like, Mary, at least get to the part where she gets shot and you get upset because I want to see how she react to it. And I want to see. And I asked her, I'm like, are you gonna watch it? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, she gets shot in 10 minutes anyway. And I get up and walk away. She's like, no, why'd you tell me that?
Oh, you're talking like the first episode. Okay.
Episode, very first. Yeah. Dad thought it was cool in that plane crash, but anyway, I
Dad
digress.
like the plane crash.
But anyway, yeah, regular show. I think that's
Dude,
probably the only
regular
thing
shows?
off the top of my head. Regular show's shit. Good stuff.
Me and my roommate would throw on regular show and smoke and do our homework, and that was last year, and we finished it from pilot to like end, and there's like 12 seasons.
I didn't finish it. I don't even know what happens. I'm sure they all just live
The
happily.
more you watch it, the more you realize, like, I don't know if that show was like really for kids. Like, I don't know. If
It wasn't at all. It wasn't
You know what it
designed for
started
kids.
as? It started.
I know what it started as.
3 a.m. What is it? 3 a.m. in the p.m. or something like that. But it started as a little short story where people take acid and they become a gumball machine and a bird. And it was originally pitched to Adult Swim as that show, which I think it would have been better. But then they're like, no, we don't want it. And then Cartoon Network's like, we'll take it. And they're like, you got to dumb it down though. But some of those earlier episodes are very sexually suggestive, and they do say shit and damn, which is kind of surprising for Cartoon Network, at least in my opinion. Or pissed me, they pissed too. Like got pissed.
Yeah, very very coarse words for Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
So cool.
that show is always very adult. Like Jack, what's your other one?
No, those are just my two. I can't really think of anything else. Maybe Richie Rich.
Oh
was
yeah,
definitely
classic.
one.
I didn't think about that.
I'd
Richie
bring that
Rich,
one in, yeah, all the time.
Macaulay
that's good.
Culkin.
I always remember the robotic bee. That's like the only scene I remember, and then blowing up the Mount Rushmore.
I remember
they're carving heads of themselves.
The toothpaste that melts through anything.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like acid.
What kind of psycho fucking puts their head in fucking the side of a mountain? That's like something you do 1,000 years after you're dead, and someone else does it for you. You crazy person. Like who does that? Let me just carve my fucking head in the side of this mountain, dude.
They're so
That's
rich.
what's
They
up.
have their own
Yeah,
Mount
so rich.
Rushmore in their backyard. It's ridiculous.
They have their own McDonald's down there, and it's like, well, what do they do when he's not hungry the other 6 days of the week?
Yeah. So they got
they still serving?
Kid's got a McDonald's in his house. What are those worker? It's fully staffed.
There's like
fully
6
staffed.
people working. Yeah, they're getting a full year's. They're getting salary being there. They don't have to do anything. They make one burger a fucking month. What's his name? Kevin gets hungry. He comes down there. I want a burger at 3 a.m. It's 24/7 too, by the way. 24/7 never shuts down.
Yeah, never shut. The McDonald's is just there.
That kid wants fries at 3 a.m. You better be ready.
I'll tell you what. If I was that kid and I knew that there was a McDonald's like a fucking stone's throw from my bedroom, I would have been the fattest little motherfucking fucker ever, dude. Like it would have been bad. Okay, it would have been horrible. I would have been munching fries for snacks.
Yeah, dude, it'd have been over. I would have fucking went in the deep fryer, put my hand in there.
Like, how would you not be a little shit being able to just rip around ATVs when you're like 10 years old in your backyard with your friends? No helmets.
Get into the film. These kids are all playing baseball, and this asshole comes in with his private helicopter. Where does he put it? Right in the middle on center plate.
Right in the
fucking field. And then they're throwing shit and calling him an asshole. And like, no wonder, dude, you put your helicopter right in the middle of their game. They're playing baseball. You fly a private helicopter. It's like, yeah, that kid was not cool.
It was a good movie, though. I like that movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
The invention I always wanted is the thing that can smell stuff. It's like a big nose on the end of it or something, and it tells you like what it is or what's in it.
Yeah. Goofy.
Yeah, because he's on the plane, he's trying to find the chocolates or the wine or something, and then use the sniffer, and then it's like C4 or something, or like dynamite when they find the bomb.
Dude, what the heck?
He's like, it's a bomb, and he throws it out of the back, and it blows the back of the plane out.
That was such a weird. Yeah, I forgot about that. They do die, don't they? That was weird.
They don't die.
Oh, they don't. Oh, they survive.
They're in their raft. They're in their raft.
Right, yeah, and then they come back. Yeah, so messed up. Anyway, those are my nostalgic childhood movies. That's
good.
Our little segment there.
That's good. Fun. I have an actual pretty funny story that happened when I got home today. Okay. So I get home at 6:30, 6:40 after boxing. And Destiny had to work late and I didn't know. And so the dog hadn't really been out all day. So he comes in, he's zooming, he's going fast, man. He's spinning around. So I let him out. I take him on a walk. He's fine. And sometimes, he gets a little sick. He gets anxiety and he'll cough up white foam. He's just he freaks out sometimes too much. Anyways, we get inside, dude. And I'm washing the dishes, and I look over at him. He's staring at me in the living room, just sitting there. And I'm like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you panting so hard?" And then he's like, and I'm like, "What are you gonna throw up?" And right as I say that, the cat runs in front of him, and he all over the top of my cat, and she's like, no. and then smacks my dog, and Dexter runs away. She's covered in vomit. This is how it gets worse, dude. She's freaking out. She runs underneath her coffee table and rubs puke that's on top of her all over the bottom of the coffee table. She jumps up on the couch. I'm like, stop! I'm trying to help you. My hands are wet. I was cleaning dishes. I'm running around. My dog's over there. He's yakking on the floor still. I'm like, stop fucking puking. God damn. And then I literally holding the cat and I'm like, I don't know how to clean you. And I'm trying to find a rag and I couldn't. So I literally had the faucet running from the dishes. So I'm trying to put her in there and she's like, and I'm like, oh, stop fucking hurting me. I'm trying to get you washed. It was so bad, dude. Yeah. And then eventually I just set her down. I got a towel and I was rubbing it all off and I was cleaning up puke. And I was like, Jesus, what an event. But no, it was perfect timing of he's like, my dog, dude, Dexter, he's just and then right as I was dude, don't puke, cat runs in front of him, all over the top of the cat's head and back, dude. She's just covered in vomit.
She gets pissed and fights back.
Yeah, just attacks Dexter. And I'm like, quit it, stop fighting. And Dexter just takes it. He's like, he just doesn't care. But yeah, that was that's quite eventful.
That's fucking disgusting.
That is. Is he doing better? Is Dexter all right?
Oh, he's fine. Sometimes, dude, we haven't really been able to figure it out. We've even brought him to the vet, but every once in a while, I think it's because he eats too fast. Sometimes he'll just vomit up his food, and that's essentially what it did. It was just stomach bile in some of his food. I think it's just because he eats too fast. I mean, even my cat. I cannot slow her down from eating. Jackson knows my cat's fat. Okay, and people listening that know me, my cat's large. She loves to eat. I have a scheduled automatic feeder, and she'll still just be meowing at me all the time to eat. And like even she will just eat too fast and vomit it up like a minute later. And I'm like, well, I can't give you more food.
Yeah.
Then I'm just enabling you more. So I'm like, don't
gonna-
eat slower. I don't know how to help.
I was gonna talk to you about that. I think Dad might have been the one that ruined your cat. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna lie.
100%. Yeah, because every morning while I was sleeping, he
Mhm.
would be, because before he'd leave for work, he'd always give the dog a treat. And I'm like, when he brought him
Yeah,
inside. And then what he was doing, and I didn't notice for a while, is he'd be shaking the cat treat thing too. So she'd run up from the basement and meow at the door, and he'd give her some treats. And that's why my cat is massive. I blame my dad. He conditioned her. He's feeding her all the time, feeding her treats under the table, you know?
He loves to do that. Always giving the dogs and
the dad thing to do, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you ask him, he'll be like, "No, I don't like the animals."
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, dude, that dog and cat used to lay on top of him, dude, all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. It's good stuff, dude. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Jack, should we talk about our cool hats?
But dude,
What
this
cool
whole
hat?
time
You
I was
got a
gonna
cool
ask
hat?
Jax, I was like, "What does your hat say, Jax?"
Don't
got
talk
a
to
cool hat?
me. I'm listening to Bones' 2014 album Teen Witch.
Yeah,
That's good.
get the message.
That's a cool hat. Has it got anything on the back of it?
Nah, just that. Just rocking that. I actually prefer to wear it backwards. So I have it flipped around.
I was gonna say, dude, that hat looks really good, dude. Hats like that fit good on you forward. You kind of look like Wayne's World, like dude.
Wayne's World. Yeah, I know. I kind of I like it. Well, I like because it's a little boxy, and I kind of like that look. I don't know what it is.
They
about
don't fit.
But
They don't fit my head right. I got too much of an oval.
Yeah, me too, dude. Honestly, dude, I have a problem. Our dad has a big head. I have a small head, dude. Like my headset, dude, it barely fits on my head. Like it's annoying. But
do you wear hats ever, Glenn?
I got a couple. I don't wear them a whole lot, but like tried to grow my hair out this summer, and I started getting them because I go to boxing, and like if you have hair like to your eye level, it's horrible. Swings right into your eye when it's covered in sweat. But occasionally, I usually wear like these, just like kind of the same one you got on. But
like
I got the
like
same
a dad hat.
Yeah. My head is massive. It's so big. Like most hats I buy won't fit me. Like I have to find ones that do fit.
Dad hat.
This one's Jack Daniels. Pretty simple.
Dad hats fit me really well. You know, you guys might have seen I used to wear or I still do sometimes wear a foul play hat I have, and I feel like that one does fit me well, but it's all creased and messed up because they sent it to me garbage. It's just like basically destroyed. So I don't wear it that much. But no, this hat I got, the reason why I really like this hat is for listeners out there, people aren't watching the video, it says dude on the front, and you're probably like, oh, what, a dude hat? What? Like, what's that? Well, in the year 2000, there was a promotion for Dell computers where they had this commercial where like dudes in a store trying to decide what computer to buy, and there's like this frosted tipped like or blonde spiked haired kid that comes up with like a puka necklace, and he's like dude, man, we'll show what you're getting you or something, we'll help you out. And he's like it's got 32 megabytes of RAM, like, you know, he's just like going all into it. And then at the end of it, he says, dude, you're getting a Dell. So this is a promotional hat from like 2002, and it says dude, and in the back it says you're getting a Dell, and I had to cop it. It's so spicy, dude. It's so funny. Like,
yeah, I think it's cool.
No one gets that reference at all. Yeah.
Well, it fits you. You're in IT, so.
I've been wearing it at work, or I wore it at work a couple days this week, and because I wear a hat, I don't know, like every couple days. Some days I don't wear one. But no one said anything about it yet, and I'm waiting for somebody to like come up to like tap on my shoulder, and they see you're getting a Dell. Yeah. So I'm always like, and then I'm gonna be like, dude, you're getting a Dell.
You're getting a Dell. That's what's cool though. Yeah, we got some cool hats here. This is of course Bones Team Sesh. If y'all didn't get that already, yeah. Love hats. Yeah, it is pick and choose. I wear a beanie almost every goddamn day now. It's my hair is just so long, like, and I don't want to really cut it or trim it, so like I'm kind of forced to wear a hat, or I'm gonna get hair in my face all day. I mean, I can part it, but it only does so much.
I feel like that's why Ryan wore a beanie all the time, or sometimes like a snapback.
Dude, it's so convenient. You throw it on, you're good to go. Cause dude, hair in your eyes is the worst thing ever. Like I wear a headband when I box. I look like Rambo. That's the only way to keep it out of my eyes.
That's what I gotta get. I gotta get headbands, but yeah, that's the same reason I got is because like once it gets to like eye level, it's just so fucking hard to maintain. It's like you would kind of need that to like get it out of the way sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have to just drying it, dude, takes like an hour. It's so annoying, but yeah, long hair has
but
its
to be
ups and
real though,
downs.
like I think you look better with long hair. Like you always had like kind of the same length of hair I got right now in high school. And I think the long hair works for
It
you.
looks good. Just don't put it in a ponytail.
Like you said, you kind of do look like Wayne's World with that hat. Like it just works. I don't know.
Party time all the time. Yeah.
Jackson,
I don't wear this. I do like hats, but I never wear them at work. Fuck off. Well, that'd actually be funny though. Because I smack my brim on shit all day, dude. Because I'll be stocking stuff and I'll be like, fuck, son of a bitch, will smack. I'll be all messed up. Yeah.
Just fucking smack the box. You're like, fuck you.
God,
dude, honestly, for me, when I'm having to work on the conference room stuff, I have to take my hat off because I'm like sliding a TV apart, and then like behind it there's computers, and I'm like in there, and then my hat keeps hitting the wall, and I'm like, take it off, and I whip it across the room.
Get out of here. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm trying to do work.
You said you had a misshapen hat though. I think there's like some stuff you can get to like reshape them and like kind of reform them a good degree. So like maybe look into that at some point.
Well, I have a plastic tray thing that you can use to like wash hats and kind of give their shape back. And I've tried that on it, and it didn't really. It's like dude, like. When Foul Play sent me this stuff, I bought some other stuff with it, and they threw in a lighter, socks, a bunch of stickers, like a bunch of extra stuff, a pen, nothing I even bought, and I think it's because of the condition that hat came in. Like it must have been like the last one, and it's just like the inside of it's warped, like it's super messed up.
I will never not be mad about that. I have bought from Foul Play 6 times before you, and I get my stuff a day before yours. And they don't give me nothing free. They're like, sorry for the delay to you. Whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Foul Play. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Adam. Ari or Riga, something like that. I don't like you. That's the fucking owner of it. I don't know.
So, Jack, when are you going to talk about the freaking Bill Gates deck? What is that?
We're going to talk about this? That?
When did you get that?
Okay, so... This piece, I'll show this. This is a fuck piece. This piece was teased, I would honestly say, about 6 months ago. I was like, I saw it, and I'm like, I'm saving up for that.
I think I've seen this before. Didn't they make a few others with people on it?
They did. They did Bill Gates, George Soros, and Carl Schwab. For those that don't know, Carl Schwab is a piece of shit. George Soros, bigger piece of shit, and Bill Gates, another piece of shit. But it's just it's a parody of the World Economic Reform. This is their logo, but it says we are economically fucked.
That's so.
And Bill Gates and Carl Schwab and George Soros are all part of the World Economic Reform, which is a social movement group that you really should look into if you haven't, because they're saying some really extreme stuff. And this is what Jordan Peterson has been talking about a lot lately of these guys, but I knew about the World Economic Reform for years. It's pretty much just like you'd have to research it and yourselves and decide what you think about it, but I think it's really, really bad. What they're trying to do. But anyway, that's just a parody on it. It has Bill Gates on it. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, I'm gonna get it, you know.
What are you holding on to it for? Resale, decoration, or
decoration? I just want it. I just like to collect shit. And it's like, when I get it, like my dad's like, why'd you buy that? And I'm like, well, I like to collect shit, and I spend money on this versus like buying like other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own vices.
Yeah.
There are worse
I mean, honestly, I could already think of a few things that would look gnarly in the podcast studio that you have, like a few of those decks up on the wall or something.
Yeah, I do. Well, there's a couple of things I'd definitely like to put up. I want that King Jong-un deck for sure somewhere in the cast. I think it's really cool. You
might have told me, and I probably just forgot, but whatever happened to that Cars TV with the eyes on it? And
it's in the basement. I have it. I just haven't gotten around to fixing it up because it's like not on the top of my priority list, but it's there.
You said there was like some weird like conversion stuff you had to do to get it to work.
I was gonna say it's probably not even worth fixing, honestly, dude. Just like probably what am I gonna scrap it or just try to sell it to somebody. Because how much money did you get for like $10?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It was like $10.
I might just set it on fire one day. It's a joke.
Just smash it as a bit.
Yeah, I might smash it.
Dude, honestly, that stuff.
That wouldn't be bad.
Don't do it in your room. That stuff.
I wasn't gonna. Yeah. No, you can't have that
He
fiberglass.
turns his
and all
ceiling fan on high and whips that CRT
that.
into
Whips.
it.
Oh, fucking throw it into there. Yeah, I would throw it right out my window.
Takes the whole ceiling fan out of the ceiling.
See how loud a CRT
could,
outside.
Makes me think of, those like rec rooms or like whatever they're called.
Oh,
where
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can come in and break whatever you want.
Yeah.
That always has been such a funny gimmick to me. It's like, or I could go to the alley and break whatever I want for free.
Yeah, I
just
also break
snatch
stuff.
shit for free.
Stuff, yeah, dude.
I break your windows.
Or we could get Paul. Remember at hunting season? Did you see the sticks of like actual dynamite Sam had, or they're pretty close to it?
Yeah.
Remember those fireworks? How loud those were? Put one of those, a couple of those in the CRT, and see how they go.
Dude,
you
know what we should do? Yeah, like kind of what Glenn's just about to say. We bring the CRT up to the cabin and we load it with tannerite, and when we shoot it with a rifle from like 100 yards out,
tannerite, that's what
and
I meant.
blow
That's
it
what
up.
I meant.
Yeah.
Can we get access to tannerite?
Tannerite, dude, you can just go to a flea farm and buy it.
Okay, cool. Let's go buy tannerite then. Awesome.
Okay,
We're doing that.
Remember my buddy,
We'll shoot it with the new handgun. There you go.
our old
if
mutual
I'm that
buddy
good of a
Jackson,
shot from
he
far out.
stuffed the tree trunk, like a still like standing tree. They like dug a hole in it and stuffed a bunch of tannerite in there, and then just blew the tree off it, and it just like fell it in one shot, and it's so dope
That's
to
so
see.
cool.
Dude,
the whole forest on fire.
I had some real fun with tannerite years ago. My buddy's parents had a house in Red Wing, Minnesota, that had a bunch of land. Like, I'm talking a ton of land, like way out far from the house in the back of the backyard. And we blew up a tree. We blew up an old dryer, which was extremely dangerous because we thought we were like a football field away, and we had like a table, and he had all his buddies were there. They had their rifles, and his buddy had like a rifle on a tripod, and he shot the dryer, dude. I don't know how much tannerite they put in it, how many pounds. It shot the door like flying towards us, like over. We're like, Jesus Christ!
That's
like
sick.
it was bad, and like we blew up an old snowmobile, an old grill. The grill was hilarious because like the top half of it flew straight up in the air. But no, dude, tannerite's fun stuff. Also crazy that you can just buy it, but also it's one of those. It only blows up if it's hit by something going like a certain velocity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like it's not super cheap either.
It's
from
not.
what I understand. It's like if you're
it's
gonna, you
very
can't
expensive.
just like mess around with it on the daily. Like you gotta. I think you can definitely buy it, but I think there's a limit to how much you can buy at once. I'm sure you could probably just go to a different store and buy some more. But
Yeah.
My weekly tannerite budget's only $100, so I can't.
Funny story about that day though. A sheriff came because they got calls from like people. He lived like on a ridge line, so people that lived in this like below and like houses were like, we keep hearing explosions, like, and they called the cops.
What's going on?
This sheriff pulls up. My buddy's coming out of the house, in hand, a Glock, a bunch of ammo, and like 3 bush lights to like get the boys some more beer. He's like kind of come down to the back, and he's like, the officer's like, hey, how's it going? And he's just like, oh, hey, officer, just blowing some stuff up with tannerite,
Yeah.
And the cop's just like, all right, I figure that's what you boys were doing. Be safe now. Gets in his truck and leaves. Like there for like
That's
literally
sick.
6 because
Yeah.
it's legal, and we're on
Yeah.
we're on our private property. You can't do anything. It's
No.
middle of the day, like
Do whatever you want.
yeah.
yeah.
I like that. That's sick.
But no, tannerite's cool. We'll definitely blow up that TV. Now we have an idea of what to do with it.
Nice, cool. That'd be a good bit. Maybe I'll stand on top of it.
How about you don't do that? Actually, I'm worried we might need cover for like shards of CRT glass and like come flying our way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'd have to go pretty far away, probably.
Get
Maybe
like a steel table to like crouch
Honestly,
behind after you
it would be
shoot the
cool to
shot.
see the face of the TV, but we might just need to face it the other way.
Yeah,
Or-
don't have the glass towards us. That'd probably be the dumber part. Oh, hey Paul. Hey Paul, it's like that fucking South Park episode. And my Bartos gets hit in the eye. Hey Paul, I don't feel so good.
He's got a
Just fucking
throwing
glass
star in
guard.
his eye.
Yeah, like 6 inches in my eye. It's just sticking out. I don't feel so good, dude. No, when you worry is when you don't feel nothing. That's when you should be worried.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
that's funny shit. I like that. I forgot all
Glenn,
about
is
that.
there any topics or anything you wanted to talk about? Or are
Uh,
you just along for the ride?
I know we were gonna talk about
I'm
some
just kinda
shenanigans.
like, I don't know. I kind of got thrown into this. I thought one of our other buddies, James, was gonna take this slot, and then I was gonna do like next week. So I'm like not
It's all
terribly
good.
prepared, but
That's okay.
uh,
We don't even expect
kind
our
of
guests to
prepared.
come prepared, so.
Yeah.
I would say one topic, Denver, legal weed. That's the shit. Living in Denver is a good time. The mountains are really cool. I have a whole
Mountains
lot
are
else to say
beautiful,
about
yeah.
it though. Yeah. Like it's a
It's
very
pretty
cool
there.
city.
Hmm.
Expensive city though. Like it's like definitely worse than Minneapolis when it comes to cost of living, I think.
Dude, it's like Duluth is as comparable to Minneapolis. Minneapolis is definitely worse, though. Like, if I told
Yeah.
you what I pay in rent right now, you'd be like, why don't you just own a house? And it's like, I know. If the housing market wasn't terrible, I would be owning a house right now. I mean, that's also, you know, I'm going to get people to come out of the woodwork and like, well, you're just poor. And it's like, well, you're not wrong. Like, it's, like, right, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I make decent money, but like right now with how the economy is, now the housing market is, you need a pretty decently sized down payment to be able to keep up with the interest rate they have now. And like, I have a decent down payment, but it was decent 3-4 years ago when the housing market was like normal. We'll see.
Dude, I did this networking event. I was like it was like a career networking event where you're just trying to meet people in different careers and stuff. And I was getting into it with some like realtors, and they said some sad news. They were like, I was like, you know, is it ever gonna be a buyer's market like any point in the future? And they were like, no, it's never gonna go back to a buy. It's always gonna be a seller's market for at least the next like decade and a half. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna get any better, unfortunately. Like.
Well,
And we're probably never going to own houses. So
no.
that's
Yeah, you
even fun.
really aren't. Most people don't have a chance of owning a house.
Unless you like buy it out in the boonies and build it or something, you know.
Or you get inherit a house. That's pretty much the only reason.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse and worse.
I
wouldn't it get worse?
Yeah, it's just weird because the interest rates are higher and whatever, and yeah, it's scary news, but it is what it is. It's not much we can do about it. Hopefully things get better, but we'll see.
Maybe on a more fun topic, we can talk about before we wrap up the cast. I don't know how long we've been going, but
It's like an hour and 20.
It's not bad. Me and Glenn got into some shenanigans. We talked about this before the cast. We did some on an unnamed road. We did some fire riding. We fell in and right shit and fire. So back when the memes were like you'd be doing one thing and you'd pan over and it would say send nudes. Y'all remember that? The meme era would be like send nudes, you know. We decided to be sick to go on this unnamed street and write it in gasoline in the middle of it, send nudes, and then we were gonna light it up and in the hopes that it would appear as send nudes and fire, because that would be fucking awesome, you know.
It'd be fire.
Yeah, it'd be literally be fire.
It'd be fire.
So yeah, Glenn, I think we ended up putting the gasoline in like a water bottle, like an actual like plastic water bottle. And then am I misremember? Did it eat through that eventually? I swear it did.
No, it wasn't that it ate through it. It's just that we had a very fundamental misunderstanding of how gasoline worked. So when we rode it on the street, like I'm talking big, this is like a regular like 2-lane street, and we rode it like across like 60% of it.
Yeah. There's no getting around it.
Because of the fumes, it won't just burn in the way you pour it. It just like the fumes just spread and then it just all burns in one big block.
Yeah.
So we were trying to write something out, but it ended up just being a huge fire right in the middle of the street, which is in the middle, like right across the yellow lines. And I remember I think the paint on the yellow got like a little scorched too at the end. But do you want to tell this part, Jax, or should I?
I'll tell my rendition. I just remember a car. I see headlights, and all I do is I run, dude, and I literally like do a dolphin dive, and I am laying in the grass, like in bushes. I'm underneath your hammock. We both are, and we just see this car pull up, and I was so scared. I'm like, we're fucked, man. And we see the car pull up and just pull into his driveway, pull back, and drive the other way. And nothing happened. And then we heard sirens, and we waited outside, but nothing came of that. I don't think.
Did it eventually just go out?
No, dude.
Yeah.
Fire department did roll up.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they rolled up. It was out by then, so there was nothing for them to do because it it was on pavement. It's not like it's gonna burn the pavement up or anything. They talked.
It's still there for a while.
And they talked to my folks, and my
Oh,
folks like were like, "Oh, we don't know anything about that," and they got them to go away. And then they were like, "You little shit!" They were like, "Why are you starting fires in the middle of the road?"
I
And
didn't
I
know they.
remember,
Oh, they found out.
yeah, yeah, they found out. And
That's
then
good.
it was hilarious too because even though it didn't burn in the letters, the gasoline still stained the pavement
Said nudes.
till that road got repaved. So it's funny because my parents not only like knew that I set the road on fire, but they knew why and they knew
Yeah.
what I wrote. And I
You
got
can see
so
it. It
much
was
because they don't know the memes, so they just
no.
think I'm like doing some weird theatrics. So I got
It was
so
there
much
for
shit for
so
that.
long.
And then
Yeah.
there's another time we were helping out a buddy who hit a sign with his car, and that was a good time too. We were fucking around with the sign, and then there's like four of us, and then we're about to just get in our car and leave.
Wait,
Me and Jackson were,
let
yeah,
me give you a little background first. It was like 9
that'd be
p.m.
down.
On a school night. My dad didn't even want me to take his vehicle out, so I was like, he reluctantly let me take it out, and that's the big reason why I wasn't allowed to drive his car at night anymore. Was because of that, even though I didn't do anything. But yeah, that I had my driver's license for maybe like a couple months at that point. But you can continue.
I remember this.
Oh yeah, the street sign's like cocked, like it's like not even legible anymore.
It
So
was
we
already
yank
down.
it out of the ground, and then we're helping this guy like pin the bumper back in because his bumper
It's not
popped
going
out.
back on. It's done.
And then yeah, it was done for it. I don't know what he thought we were gonna do, but I don't
Yeah,
even know
right.
why we came to help him. We didn't even
No.
like the guy really, but
No,
we were like, oh fuck.
whatever. Yeah, we're around. Should have just fucking went home. Should have
Yeah.
just skated. We could have skated him, and fuck, I still
Yeah,
get
that
pissed
was
about
the
that.
game plan
I
is
still
we were
get mad
just
about that.
skating and then we got a call and they were like, "Hey, we really need someone to help us out." And they totally could have done it themselves. Also, there was two of them. So we didn't need to be there. But,
IQ of
fucking
35
around
between
with
the
the sign
two.
a little bit. We yanked it out of the ground and we're like swinging around at each other and stuff. And then we get in the car to leave and three pairs of headlights. As soon as we get in the car and close the door, three pairs of like the brights like pop on us, and it's like three cops. And apparently,
Three
kid,
cars too.
three cars, yeah, three squad cars. And apparently, the kid took his mom's car without permission, and she reported it stolen. So yeah, we got held up for like what was like an hour
Two
and a half,
hours
Jack.
had to be
Yeah,
2 hours. I remember I wanted
too
to play.
long.
I wanted to play fuck the police, but you wouldn't let me. But I was so pissed
Yeah,
during after that. And this kid, mind you, he is the whitest kid ever. He was 16, a little shit at the time. And I wish I was meaner to him during that time. I would have called him a retard maybe once or twice. But if I see him again, I'm gonna call him a fucking idiot for that. That still pisses me off. And here's the kicker: Glenn never got in trouble for it. You know why? Because the
yeah,
cops were like, "I'm
uh-huh.
not gonna call your parents because you didn't do anything," because we didn't. But guess how I get found out? They know my brother. Of fucking course they do. So my brother has to go and tell them, which kind of sucks. Ben, if you're watching this, love ya, but man, that wasn't cool. You didn't need to tell him that. Totally didn't need to tell him that. I didn't even do anything. But anyway, yeah, that was a big reason why my parents didn't trust me at all further going forward in high school. But shitty situation. So stupid. Yeah, those
Yeah,
cops grilled us, and they were assholes too. Yeah, they're dude.
Most
They were
cops
like,
are.
yeah, they were like
yeah, most.
both of us. They're like, if you're lying about your name, we're gonna find you. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like you're going to jail. I'm like, all right.
Also, he was like shocked I didn't have an ID. I'm like, I'm fucking
He's
15. Why would
15.
I? I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm
It's
like,
like
I
what?
don't need an ID and I can't drive. Like,
Yeah, like
why would I have
It's
that
like
with
they
me?
always try to like scare and threaten you, where it should literally be the opposite. It's like
yeah.
if you want
Dude,
people to trust cops, don't try to like bully.
I don't
Intimidate every
Yeah.
time.
I think the law is stupid. If you're a passenger, you shouldn't have to present your ID. You didn't do anything. There's absolutely no reason why you
Yeah,
should, unless you're
Unless
like
there's like,
suspected of a crime.
yeah, unless there's like a
Place.
beyond a
yeah.
reasonable suspicion
Yeah.
that you did something.
Yeah, there's no reason
The
why you
thing
should
that they
present
got us
IDs.
on though is the reason they were able to do that to us is because they had witnessed us yank the. I don't think they saw us take the street sign out, but they saw us like
Karen
fucking
did.
swinging it at each other like idiots, and that's some like public property like
Well,
charge or something. So I think they had something to actually go off, but
not idiots.
That and they're going to
children.
a stolen car report, which
Yeah,
kind of
stolen
just
car
gives
report.
them
And
like,
then more
yeah,
cops showed up. I remember there being 5 squad cars there at some point. And
at the end
all
of
this
it.
happened in a roundabout, like not a roundabout, but like and like on Grove
No,
Street,
it was a
GTA,
roundabout.
A
it was like that.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah, cul-de-sac. Yeah, so it was,
Yeah,
and there was just
cul-de-sac.
houses, and the only way out was to go around, and come back where you were. And I remember trying to get out of there, and that was the most nervous I've ever been driving because I had to drive through like 6 squad cars, and I like kind of maneuver, and I'm like, this is terrible. Yeah, those
It
cops.
shows you how little the DPD had to do on
Yeah.
most nights. They really like if they had 5 squad cars for a couple of teenagers who
Yeah.
didn't do shit and had we were lucky we didn't have I don't think we
Anything
had
ever
any weed
happened to
with
the
us.
other two
I don't think
guys?
we were smoking really. No, because
No,
his
'cause it was his
mom
mom's car.
his
So.
mom finally got a hold of him, or they got a hold of his mom. Then his sister came down, and I still remember her face. She looked so gross. She looked at us like we were the bad guys who were saying stuff to us, but we literally came to help your brother. So why are you being assholes to
Yeah.
us? I don't understand, but never get closure on that. Not until I see that
Fuck
kid
that
again.
kid.
Yeah, fuck that
Yeah.
little kid. Hey, if you're watching, you know who you are. I don't like you. There you go.
I
I know his full name.
that-
I
I
almost
like
said
him.
it earlier. I almost doxed him, but then I remembered.
I don't know his
going
name.
on the internet.
It's
Oh,
all
what's his name? Tell me his name. Go ahead.
No, don't
Whenever
say
you're
that
ready.
name.
Can
Stop.
I? No? Can I?
Don't say that.
Okay.
No, do not
I
say
already
his name.
doxed him.
I already
I'll tell
threatened
you
to cut his
later,
head
but-
off, so I can't
He
say it.
threatened to cut his head off.
If I didn't already, here it is. That's a threat.
Yeah.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft.
All
I do it
right,
in
all
Minecraft.
right.
Minecraft.
Do you guys have more stories? Because I have one more topic I want to go over. It's a big one.
No,
I wouldn't say stories, but I'd say the only other time we really I don't know if you were with us, Jax, but like movies in the park, we always ran in with the law. That was always when that was
Movies
the
in
only
the
other
park.
time.
I remember those.
Yeah,
That was
'cause
very
we'd go
ghetto.
there
Like
in
how
our
ghetto,
little-
man.
Had friends would go smoke and there were kids there, and we shouldn't have smoked, but
hmm
yeah, running from them on like the beach and stuff. Yeah, that was always a good time.
Sometimes.
But
I think we went there once. I remember going there with you, but I always,
yeah,
as it progressed, it became way more and more ghetto and like slightly unsafe to go down there.
yeah, it
But then
They kind of did. They kind of honestly, it was when I started being friends with. I don't want to say names, but this one kid I started being friends with. His friend group started coming way more, and eventually this one kid came who I just always had a bad vibe about, and I stopped going around then. And then later on, he ran off with I was trying to make a little flip, and he ran off with some shit of mine, and I just ever since then I'm just don't fuck with those guys.
hmm Yeah, there's some such people for sure.
Yeah.
Well, this one big topic here. I'm sure you guys have this kind of ties into Ohio, which we'll get into, which I'm sure
Yes.
many of you listeners have heard about. And if have not already, look up the Chernobyl style event that is happening in Ohio right now. But not really Chernobyl
I know
style.
nothing about
Pretty
this,
close.
actually.
Okay.
Bad.
So, anyways, what I wanted to start with is what's with all this shit in the sky that we're just shooting down lately? Okay. First it
Yeah,
was one.
okay.
First it was the Chinese weather balloon we talked about a few casts ago, right? And we shot it down over the coast of the Carolinas. Okay, we recovered it, and then there was one up in the top of Alaska. And they say it was the size of a car, and we shot that down. I don't know yet if we've recovered anything from that one. Then we shot another one down not too far away from that one in Canada. And then the latest one we shot down was just a few days ago near Lake Huron, which is by Michigan over here. We shot that down. I guess the first missile missed. I want to know where that missile went.
The Minnesota Air Force helped take down that thing.
Yeah.
Lake Huron.
And as far as I know, it was the last three. They're all the size of a car. They don't think it was. No one said if it's a balloon or not. And it's well, it's got to be a balloon, surveillance or weather, or whatever it's doing. And part of all this, shooting shit down with no answers really, other than the first one being a balloon from China. They suspect, right, that we know so far. Or I guess they did. They claimed ownership. So, but they say it's a weather balloon. Okay.
Thanks for telling us it drifted. Well, part of the reason, well, it's hard to believe the mainstream, so I don't know. Part of me thinks it's because of the Epstein docs getting released.
So I was getting into is this all just a distraction for the Epstein release of stuff? Which, did you guys look at the release yet?
I have not.
I looked at it, if it was the real one, and there isn't a ton of names on it.
I can't tell if it's real or fake.
I can't tell either.
There's a lot of versions.
We all know that there's a freaking journal out there with actually everybody's names on it that was actually probably just destroyed. It's just you're never gonna find it. It's gone. Or a journal, notebook, some type of flight log, whatever. Like, whatever we're getting is not the real thing. But part of me thinks it's a distraction for that. Who knows? I'm not really a huge conspiracy theorist, but it's a valid point, right? The other thing is it a distraction for this Ohio thing?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's funny you say that, Paul, because the day you told me about the Ohio thing, it was about 2 days old in the news. And if you Google searched 2 days ago Ohio, it wasn't the first 5 things that came up on news for Google, which is ridiculous. Now you
like
search
I
it
was
up,
saying,
it comes up.
I don't know what this Ohio
Sure.
thing is. So you guys saying Ohio thing, and it sounded
Yeah.
so cryptic.
Sorry.
Is this just another
No
balloon?
problem. No problem. Yeah, I was about to get into it in detail. So
Mhm.
on February 3rd, which is like literally more than like nearly 2 weeks ago now, a freight train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, which is like I think like right on a river, or I think it's right on a river or a lake. I think it's a river.
Yeah, it is.
And it was a 150 car train like a huge flight. What do you? Or is it just a train of
Freight.
trains? What? It's a huge
Mhm.
train. Was carrying. It was 20 cars of highly flammable toxic chemicals. It ignited fire when it derailed. It was a quarter mile long. It's been burning for days. I don't even know if it's still out. If it's out, they say it's controlled, but like literally, a reporter tried to go report on it. I don't know what he was doing. He got arrested. They say it's controlled. There's pictures from the sky of this massive black cloud. People are throwing up. People are passing out. Fish are dying in the river. People's like chickens in their backyard died like more than 10 miles away from it.
Yep.
And they're saying it's controlled. And like all these
saying it's fine.
And all these people are getting sick, dying, whatever. They literally, maybe they extended it, but when I read, they only said people within a mile of it needed to like vacate, which is like horseshit. If people from 10 miles away are looking up and the sky's just black, like it's bad, dude. And they say it smells like chlorine. The people that are there say, and they have a hard time breathing outside. Their eyes water. It's bad, dude. And like, I'm really curious as to like why this isn't bigger. I mean, I think the Congress has addressed it. I don't know if the president has directly, but it's like
why some big politician fucked the dog because the safety requirements were not there.
That's what I heard.
The reporter was
and they were saying
on.
it was super underfunded or understaffed like company or like thing, and like that's why this derailment happened supposedly. But a woman who lives 10 miles from the derailment site told the news that her 6 backyard chickens had died the day after the controlled burn began. I mean, you go look at photos of this, Glenn. It's like a massive black cloud that's just been going on for days. It's horrible.
Until you actually described it, I didn't realize, but I actually did see stuff about it on like Instagram or something. I remember seeing the cloud, but it's funny because it said Palestine, right? And nowhere in the stuff I saw did it mention Ohio. So I thought this was like Palestine, in the Middle East.
I was like, I don't care about it.
What are you talking about in Ohio?
I guess the Ohio Department of Natural Resources now estimates about 3,500 fish died. And then like now they're doing water tests and the water ain't safe to drink. And now they're saying drink out of bottles.
Dude, this is going to be the next Michigan, I bet.
Worse. It's going to be worse, I think.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be worse.
Can happen anywhere too. Like these chemicals are being pushed here too.
If it's a river too, I mean, we'll be good because you guys will be good because you're, northern Minnesota, like all the rivers pretty much go to the south. So like we'll be fine, but like anywhere downriver is going to have some effects too.
Yeah, and they're saying people are saying I guess it's one of the worst environmental disasters in US history. I don't know if I'd go that far yet, but I'm sure there's been worse. But this is still pretty goddamn bad. And does anybody know if it's still burning?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Yellowstone to erupt.
Oh, if that happens, we're done.
Take us back to the Ice Age. We're dying tonight,
I mean,
boys.
China's got to know if they drop a big enough nuke right there, right?
Gonna set it off.
Yeah, we'd be done.
Isn't it? It's like due to erupt. It's like way overdue to erupt. And once that does, doesn't that block out like half the USA? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
good amount of it.
Only the tip of Florida.
Not even just the USA.
Some other spots.
There's like wind patterns I've heard that like the ash cloud would like go overseas. Like they'd be feeling it in like Eastern Europe and stuff.
Yeah, because it'd be such a chaotic event. I remember
Yeah.
watching a movie on this in like 7th grade science class where they like show like what would happen. It's like, good God.
All you would see is the black ash in the sky, and then you realize you can't breathe, and that's it. You're fucking done for.
The thing is though, I like in my I know this is just a regular college class, but in like a geology 101 I took, the professor actually someone asked a question about Yellowstone, and the professor was like, listen, like people can tell you it's overdue. When it comes to geological things like earthquakes, eruptions,
knows?
anything like that, there's no real like guessing. Like they just look at like when it happened before, and like that's the only good guess you can do. And like the best like educated guess you can have is if there's like an uptick in seismic activity, but like even then that can happen and not lead to an eruption. So it's like
You literally
sure
don't
it's
know.
overdue, but like it could be another 500,000 years before it is actually gonna erupt. So like it's very, very hard to say.
Yeah, that stuff spooks me, man. It's really scary. And also, like, how much you want to bet there aren't other countries out there, not just saying China, but who knows, but that wouldn't just jump on that aspect of us being weakened by that, you know,
Yeah.
like invade or whatever
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I almost sound like a prepper or a spooky guy, but it's like I think everybody should at least own one gun and should have a gas mask and at least a AR-500 like plate carrier vest. Just at least have that. If you don't have foods and rations for some time, just get yourself some protection. Especially if that ash fallout happens, you do know you like literally won't be able to breathe right outside. Like you're gonna need to have some type of like gas mask or something to filter air.
We'll rally in groups and go looting.
I think you need one gun and one bullet, and your problem is solved.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's honestly that's the Yellowstone, because like
5 bullets, one
there's
for
no
each of
way
the
to
family
survive it,
members and one
man.
for yourself.
Yeah, there you
Jesus.
go. And the dog. Yeah, there you go.
And the dog.
There's no surviving that though, because like when that happens, like ash will literally pile up taller than houses. Like there's no like
That's what I heard. I
you
heard it's
can't
literally
live
for like a
amongst that.
long amount of time. Yeah.
Unless maybe you're
Yeah.
underground already and you had rations.
Yeah.
It might probably be
You
good.
got
Yeah,
honestly.
filtered
like a
air
real
unit.
prepper.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. I don't have the money for it now, but I would love to I love a bunker. Dude.
Yeah, an air filtering unit so you could actually like,
Mhm.
breathe and like because that's what you need. You can't just have a hole in the ground with a door.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
But yeah, and like sealed doors, it'd be super cool. Actually, I've always thought about that. Owning a bunker would be so sick.
I would just live in the
Well, I'm
bunker.
saying-
I wouldn't even do anything else. I'd just live down there.
You can actually buy houses that are just bunkers.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that on Nick and Jet's stream, and
Yeah.
man, I really would love an underground house. That'd be super gnarly. Be the dream.
What I'm saying is like all of the 1% already has a bunker, so they probably know something we don't.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, everybody out there listening, if you don't get yourself any food, rations, things to survive, get yourself a gun, plate, something to defend yourself, and go take it from others once the boogaloo happens.
Exactly. Protect yourself.
Well, I think we could call it a show. We're about an hour and 40 in. Is there anything anybody else would like to say before we wrap it up? Gutterball 35 here.
Thanks for having me. That's all.
Of course, man.
No.
We loved having you.
Yeah,
It was a great show. Thanks for
Great.
tuning
It's great to
in. Thanks
have
for
you.
showing up and talking, shooting the shit with us. It was a good time. We'd love to have you on again. I'm going to be completely honest with you, though, right now, so you don't get pissed. You're looking like a Roblox character. I don't know if that's just for me, but your
Yeah, it
video
looks pretty
connection quality has been pretty bad this whole time. Maybe a little
Yeah.
delayed to your voice, but that's okay. That's okay.
Well,
You showed up and
He's in
your
like a
sound
2012
worked.
Chromebook,
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
Yeah. And you sound good. Your
Yeah.
audio's not terrible.
Sound
so,
decent, yeah. But yeah, just don't get mad if you see it and you're like, damn.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't care. It'll be fine.
No, but yeah, I think that was a good cast. Had a lot of fun. Man, in like fucking 10 hours, I will have my wisdom teeth out. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to talk about it next week. Hopefully you can
Can't
talk enough. We'll figure out a guest for next, or actually I do got a guest for next week. That's
Yeah.
right. And then, what was I going to say? Thank you everybody for all the constant following, likes, everything on social medias. Jackson's always cranking out the shorts. I'm getting him on Facebook. He's getting them on the other social media platforms. And I want to say this, we hit 100 followers on Facebook. That's gnarly. And I was looking at like the statistics. Our Facebook page is growing faster than our subscriber count is on YouTube. And we also get like more like ratio to our when we upload reels to Facebook. So don't be surprised for the future when we do start to live stream, do all types of that stuff, if we do put a lot of it on the Facebook platform, just because it seems that our stuff tends to trend well there. And everybody that hasn't followed us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff. It's all going to be in the link tree below in the description. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Gutterball 35. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Reach out to us if you want to come on the show. Put questions, you maybe want us to answer questions for us down in the description of the YouTube channel here. And as I always say, audio only is available on Apple Podcasts, hopefully coming to more platforms near you. And that was Gutterball 35.